ladies and gentlemen, who here, by show of hands, has gone to Yosemite? Anybody who has not have a hand raised, we have a problem. It's only 3 hours away. So, for those who actually had their hand raised, who loves the traffic at Yosemite? Oh wait, no one. Yeah. So that actually leads me right into Yellowstone. Yellowstone was our first stop on our vacation. And one of the greatest things about Yellowstone is it's spread out. So you have the same amount of crowd as you have in Yosemite. But in Yosemite, everybody goes to the valley. And then you go from there. And it's like maybe 10 miles by 10 miles. There's not much room. Everybody's there. It's terrible. So what Yellowstone does is they actually have about 150 miles worth of space to drive. So even if you have the same amount of people, you're not seeing them all the time. It's so much better. You actually have some time alone. So that is one of the greatest things about Yellowstone. So first picture right here for you that I wanted to share. This is a geyser. There's a ton of geysers in Yellowstone. It's what Yellowstone is known for. And the geysers is really just the smoke coming out of the rock, or right here it's just bubbling right out of a pool. It does smell a lot like sulfur. They are sulfur pools. So yeah, it basically just smells like giant rotten eggs. So, but it's cool to see. I mean, there's a ton of them. So the place, well, the geyser that everybody says, oh, you got to go see. Did you go to Yellowstone? Oh, did you see Old Faithful? Like, yeah. It's not actually the greatest thing ever, but it's pretty decent. So this is a shot. We actually saw it 3 times in one day, not on purpose. So Old Faithful goes off about every hour and a half. So we stopped there for lunch, and then we were actually back here with all these people. And then we decided to take a hike. So we took a hike up back around it. So this is actually looking down. This is all bleachers. So there's probably 2,000 people on these bleachers, and they fill up every hour and a half. So everyone's like, oh, I got to see Old Faithful. So, and then of course there's Old Faithful going off, and it's nice too, I gotta admit, as I was saying about traffic, Yellowstone's actually got a big parking lot for Old Faithful. So that's awesome. If you've been to Yosemite, those of you who've been to Yosemite, it's a pain to try to find parking. So, really like parking. So Old Faithful, there it is. It goes about 150 feet in the air, and it goes on for maybe a minute or two, and then you wait another minute, hour and a half, and go watch it again if you want. So yeah, we watched it when we showed for lunch, when we went to the top, and then as we came back around, we were having dessert, and it's like, oh, it's going off again. All right, cool. But that was actually probably the weakest part of Yellowstone for us. Partly because everybody built it up so much, because there's that hype, because everybody says, hey, did you go to Old Faithful? And hey, you gotta go to Old Faithful. So, that's that. So this, I think, is a lot cooler. This is the Grand Canyon of Yellowstone. So there's waterfalls that you go into and see, and it just makes some really cool pictures. This is the Snake River going through the Grand Canyon, and that's just another shot of it. But yeah, they have about a 120-mile loop. When you do Yellowstone, if you come in from Westgate, you can go south to Old Faithful, or you can make a 120-mile big loop. So the first day we went down to Old Faithful and did everything around there. The second day we said, hey, let's try out this loop, see how far we can make it. And we did. And you end up a lot of like really short hikes, which are great for kids, because it's not the 5-mile, 10-mile death marches I want to go on. They're like a mile and a half at the max. You go down to a lookout, you see something nice, and you move on. So with Yellowstone, there's a lot of drive for 10 minutes, go see something. Drive for 10 minutes, go see something. It's actually really cool. So you're in and out of the car like all day. So this is Tower Falls. This is actually at the top. I consider it the top of Yellowstone. They actually have a lot of waterfalls in Yellowstone, which I was not expecting, because no one really talks about it and says, "Hey, there's a bunch of water." Like, there are. So this is just one of the ones we saw. There's Tower. Here's another one, which is Wraith Falls. And then we had the family photo taken at Undine Falls. So this was that, that 2 seconds of family behaving and kids behaving. It's like, you smile, you're going to timeout. So that was another one. This is what we really loved. This is the Mammoth Hot Springs. So this is actually travertine rock that just forms and develops in that area. Makes some amazing photos. That is, I just love these cool like dead trees. I'm like, how are they ever alive? And they're just like growing up right out of it. And again, I just thought it was a super cool photo, so I took it. So this is really cool. You walk out of the ways. It's maybe half mile, 3/4 mile, and you're there, and they have nice paths all around. So you're not trying to find stuff. You're like, hey, where should I go? It's like, no, you just go over there. So and this is just one of the great views. And this is actually flowing water coming down travertines. And again, I hope you agree that it makes a really cool photo. So it was just so much fun to go Yellowstone. So another thing I wanted to share. So another thing I wanted to share about Yellowstone is the greatest tip I can ever give you on Yellowstone, which is take every single offshoot you possibly can. If there's a road, take it. Like, it doesn't even matter if you have no idea what it is, because it led us to so many geysers and waterfalls. We had no idea. We're like, why are we on this road? No idea. We just went. It was like, wow, that's awesome. I'm so glad we just did that. So, that is Yellowstone. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for being our guide through Yellowstone. You are a fabulous photographer, and that showed so well when you were showing us your slides. I liked the opening of your speech by asking questions. That's an automatic draw the people in opening, and you did that very, very well. And your guide through Yellowstone was very interesting as you would move over here and change your slides. I would recommend perhaps another time that you have slides, you have someone doing that for you. And maybe with a signal or something that's very discreet, they could change it for you, because that way we can see you as you're explaining what the slides are. You had a little bit of competition this time. 3 ums. Yay, huh? But you were competing against ah and so. You had 5 ahs and 7 so's. So you're getting great on the ums. You're replacing it with ahs and so's. So 1 is leaving, 2 is coming. So you might want to pay attention to that in your next speech. And also something that you don't want to fall into a habit is saying, that's that. You said that twice when you were changing your slides. And it's like, no, that's not, that's that. There's more coming, right? Yeah, so don't get into that habit. But I liked your excitement about sharing your slides and the excitement of explaining the difference between Yellowstone and Yosemite, because what you said was spot on. Yellowstone is underrated, I think, for what the beauty and the diversity of all of the landscaping and all of that. It's underrated. And so I enjoyed your speech again. I'm looking forward to the next one. Keep in check your filler words. Keep in check your back to the audience. Partner with someone with the slides, and you'll be going another step up and being a great presenter. Thank you, David.
Thank you.